All right, so we're going to get started with our piece. Pretty sure I'm going to get paint in my hair. With our piece flower sip and paint. Go ahead and grab your favorite cocktail or wine. Our very first instruction is how to assemble your paint. So depending on how big your party is, you may or may not have a palette, but you always have plates in the home. You want to put your portions of paint how you see them here. It just depends. I want to have a variety of colors, so I have a palette and a plate. But if you have more variety, you can have a palette and then you can have a plate separately and put different colors in it. This is how I'm starting. The very first instruction is on how to clean your brushes in between colors. So if you utilize, let's say for example, green, and now you want to use brown, what you want to do is you want to double or triple dip, and you want to keep wiping until that color is entirely clean before you switch colors. That way you don't bleed one color into the next. Okay? Um, I am going to be watching my favorite reality shows in the background, so pay that no mind. Going to do a lot of talking, going to do a lot of instruction. The major thing here is to relax, not take things too seriously, and have a good time. One thing I also want you to remember about sip and paint, if you mess up, all you have to do is let it dry. Let it dry and fix it. You'll probably see me make some mistakes. So don't worry about making mistakes. Just worry about having a good time and relax. You guys feel free to alternate if you want to be up on your canvas like this or if you want to be off of your canvas. Feel free. I will alternate throughout the painting just based on how I'm feeling also. Okay. You feeling better? Alexa, turn on fire. So sorry, baby. Hope you feel better. Alright, I'm gonna do our little eye here. Okay. To do our nose. Do our nose.
Alexa, it's time for bed.
What you want to do is take a break here. Take a 5-minute break. Everybody stretch your legs. You want to give this a minimum 5 minutes to dry. So we're going to take anywhere from a 5 to 15-minute break, just depending on what your party would like to do. But at minimum, I suggest 5 minutes. Okay? So 5-minute break, and we will continue.
Okay, but this first time, can you possibly go slow?
Can you guys see me doing the side over here? Me doing the side. Okay. Just take it off the easel and do my top. And I'm gonna take this side. Now, it's gonna start getting to where you don't wanna. If you get paint on your hands, just go wash it off. It's acrylic. It's not gonna permanently stain anything. But just use your best judgment when you're alternating from holding it to being on the canvas. Some people paint the entire canvas on the canvas. I'm just a non-traditional person in general, so you'll see me mix it up a lot because I'm all about comfort. If something feels comfortable, I'll do it that way. If something feels uncomfortable, I'll kind of alternate. That's me in general in life. Back up here.
You walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's. Oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's. Oh, guess you really can't wait to unwrap.
Doing the big outline helps you to come in with these small strokes and fill in.
My ripple milk has 8 times more protein, and it's made from cheese.
No way. Almonds are super high in protein.
Yeah, but almond milk only has 40 grams of protein.
Really?
Plus, it takes 4 gallons of water to make 1 glass of almond milk. Do the math. But seriously, can you do the math? We haven't covered that in school yet.
Better for you and the planet. Join the ripple effect.
Want zero transfer lips for 16 hours? Get Shine Loud by NYX Professional Makeup. Ultra loud color, ultra shiny finish, zero transfer. In 24 vegan shades. Shine Loud Gloss by NYX Professional Makeup.
Small brush and white parts. It may look choppy now. We're going to blend it later, okay? Good deal. So now we have gotten kind of those nooks and crannies. With our small brush, we're going to come through with our big brush and finish everything. Okay. So, dip. Let me put this over here because I don't want it to get on anything. My grandma and my niece are the biggest comedy you ever wanted to hear. Somebody in their 80s and someone 6 years old. Their conversations is legendary. So y'all will hear that. I'm real down to earth. I don't try to pretend I'm in some big art studio. I'm at home, just like you. So, good deal. So now we are going to take our big brush and we're going to fill in the rest. So I don't know if you can, yeah, you guys can see my napkin here. All right. So we are going to fill in the rest of our blue with our large brush. Again, just want to keep reminding you guys, if you mess up, always remember, let it dry and do it again. Okay? Just a second. Okay. Alright. Let's do our background. The background is the part that usually takes the longest. It's my favorite part because you really get a chance to kind of just enjoy your strokes. Enjoy your brush strokes. Now with this big brush, I'm doing a up to down movement. It's going to make your picture look a lot better when it dries. You don't want to saturate your canvas. So by saturate, I mean putting way too much paint on it. You want to just put enough paint to paint. You don't want it seeping with paint. That's not good. Okay, so I'm going to get close to that that outline with my big brush. And I feel comfortable doing it because I have so many outlines helping me. Gonna do kind of this type motion. Just painting away from. And you'll know where to kind of come back and blend because it'll look real choppy. It'll look like one paint, one paint, one paint. When you come through, this is starting to look a little.
Does your daily routine leave you lost in a sea of repetition, repetition, repetition? Hendrick's Gin invites you
Use
to
this
leave
to
one day
refresh. Also, throughout your painting, it's okay to refresh your water. If it gets super dark like this, go ahead and just do a fresh cup of water. I didn't say this in the beginning, but you want warm water with just a drop of dishwashing liquid.
utterly delicious.
You talking to me, Grandma? I'm talking to Dakota. I'm talking to Dakota. Okay. What is the other filter that I want to use? Okay, that's okay.
Professional bull rider, I'm used to taking chances. But when it comes to my insurance, I don't. I use Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you'll get paid for what you need.
Alright. Switching out my paper towels and my water. Okay. All right. After your break, the next thing we are going to tackle are the flowers. So notice how we're staying away from this outside that may still be drying. Now we're going to focus on our flowers. I think I'm going to alternate and go back to my easel. Again, this is about comfort. Whatever.
Gigi, how do you paint that whole background?
Just like you did yesterday.
Oh, you're doing a pattern. Yellow, green, yellow, green.
I'm going to throw another color in here in just a second.
Oh,
Shake it up.
I thought you was only doing yellow, green, yellow, green.
Nope. Just kind of randomly putting colors in here. The best technique here is not to dab like I've been doing.
Oh.
Do straight lines. I'm talking to my video.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah, just do straight lines until you get it covered. Straight line, straight line, straight line. Straight line here. Dakota, you're making me kind of shake. Appreciate it. Okay. I want to make sure that our piece.
How did you do that? Because when I messed up on mine, I felt like my hand was the wrong hand and wobbly when I was painting.
You can put it flat like I put mine.
I felt like mine was wobbly.
You can put it
When it
flat.
was flat, it felt like it was wobbly, or my hand was wobbly.
Okay. I'm sorry that happened. It comes with time. The more you do it, the better it probably feels.
Why do you need that brush so much?
So I'm going to show this on camera. So this is what I was saying earlier. When you haven't used the color, it's been sitting there for a while, like this for example, it can get clunky. Just stir it. Stir it because you want your paint to be smooth. You don't want it to be clunky. And it's just only because it's been sitting there. So you see how it's going from clunky to smooth? Definitely want to do that, especially with the colors that's been sitting there for like an hour. Definitely want to, kind of, and you see how saturated the brush is. So clean it after you do that, but definitely want to kind of stir those up before you use them.
Ooh, that looks so cool. I don't touch it. I was kidding. I'm not touching it. What color are you making the flowers? You can make them pink.
You walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's? Oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you go and pay for Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, done.
This is silky. This is smooth. Ci sono Velvet, the new Dolce Vita.
Doing sipping paints, I realized that there's not really a lot of brown colors that actually represent brown people that I know. So it may be like a khaki brown, it may be like a super dark brown, but it doesn't look like complexion. So what I did was my very first sip and paint, I took different browns and different colors and actually made my own color. So of course we know that, we all come in different colors. As you can see, I'm one shade and I'm probably a little shade lighter than this, but I like to just put one color for skin tone. That may change in the future, but I love, love, love brown skin, and I like to have this as just a special moment in my sip and paint to talk about um, just the beautiful skin that we all have inherited. So this is Melanin Magic, and we are going to.
I can't believe we used to hibernate this time of year. Happy holidays from our Scana family to yours.
Okay, okay, okay. Do some up strokes here. What's the matter, Dakota?
Stop being rude to me.
Okay, go to sleep.
Alexa, turn on Fire TV.
Go to sleep, okay? Alright. So right here is a little tricky. You got a tip of a finger here. Okay. So we're gonna do a little paint. Make sure you don't go over your I don't know what to call these type of flowers. We're gonna call them poppies. I know that's probably not the right term, but that's what we're gonna call them.
Restart video.
Wherever you are around the world, the University of Alabama Online, a tradition of excellence,
A little
decades
upstroke
of
here.
experience in distance learning,
Upstroke,
empowering
upstroke,
students of all
upstroke.
ages. More than 70 online degree programs to
And this
advance your
little
career.
light here.
UA Online, flexible, affordable,
Stop crying.
legendary.
Grandma don't mean to
Virtual
be
computer
rude.
near campus.
She's just
Visit
looking out for you.
online.ua.edu.
Okay. Your finger here, so just kind of turn it sideways. Kind of get up in there. Don't touch your sides. Okay. This is excess that we can get up later. Okay. Right now we're going to use our small brush to fill in all of this. I'm going to start here because I have a lot of excess here. So now this is when you can get real close to your other lines. So if you notice, I'm getting really close to my eye line with the upstroke and then coming back down with the downstroke. Okay, I'm using my small brush to go around those fingers. A small brush to get close to those fingers. Okay. Over here. Okay. And the great thing about those black outlines, it helps guide you. Don't go too far over. Look at this, almost like putting on makeup. Just kind of really, single brush strokes. Okay. I'm getting rid of some of this excess. Alright, so we'll get above this eye. Okay, so we'll go right above that black eye line. Okay. Right above that black eye line with our small brush. We'll get close to our polyps. Remember your eyebrow is here. That's that black line there. So I'm going to get underneath that eyebrow. Maybe do a little underline like that. That way you can just come in and fill in. Okay? So completely filling it in, completely filling it in, completely filling it in. Okay? So we're still under that eye. Okay? Alright, we're still under that eye. here close. We're gonna get outside that little nose line. Okay. Gonna get close to this flower again. Close to the flower again. Without going over our blue line. Remember, you can always alternate and lay your canvas flat. Okay. There we are. We're using our our Melanin Magic to get close to that leaf, close to these fingers. If you notice, I'm painting over some of my finger dark lines. I'll come back later and re-outline those. And slow down around the nose and the lips. Slow down there. Slow down there. Can almost look at this like you're putting on lips on makeup or foundation. It's going to be kind of precise. Alright, so I'm on the other side of this one nose line, so I'm just going to take one brush outside of there. Use this brush over here next to my fingers. Oops, almost went. So don't forget you have a little piece of background here. That's because her finger is on her face, but then there's a background there. So you want to make sure you pay attention and don't go past your face line there, like I almost did. Okay. Not stupid. Somebody out of control. Alright, so now I'm painting over my own line. You may do the same. It's okay. I'm going to come back and help you find that line. It's just a good mapping tool. When it dries, I'll help you get it back if you lose it. Okay. So just try your best to go around the black lines for the nose. Okay. Try your best. If you paint over it like I did, it's okay. Okay. A good idea here may be to go from one side of the jump to the other. Okay. You have excess paint, spread it around. Okay. Closer you get to the nose and lips, use your paint more sparingly. For this lip, let's just do one. Let's do one line across the top. Okay, so we just painted over that black line, the little black upper lip line we had. I'll help you find that later. Okay, don't completely paint over it though. Paint around it. Paint around it. Paint around it. Paint around it so it's there. Still there. Awesome. I'm going to fill in any little white spots. Okay, here we go. this finger in between this leaf, this is complexion. Go ahead and fill that in. And we'll add our black lines back later. All right, guys, this is beautiful. Okay, feel free to take a break, pause wherever you need. I think that I'm going to keep going just because I like to keep going. All right. All right, so now I'm going to focus on the center portion of my flower. I want this a little closer. Please don't leave me now. All right. All right, so now we're going to do the inner portion of our flowers. I think I'm going to be pretty in purple. Now, don't worry about that line down the middle. Just like our leaves, we are going to come back and find those lines later. So for right now, I'm doing an upstroke. To a left to right here. So for this leaf, we're going to kind of make sure you're on the outside of that pallet. Now it forced us, to make this line here. We kind of make a line here, splitting that in half. Do a little line down the middle, just like that. Come out, make your lines there. Very nice. Okay. Go to the center of this one. Just do a line down the middle. Gonna go here, do a line down the middle here. We'll come back later and define that a little bit later. We want those polyps to dry. Okay. Then here, kind of go to the top of that plant and make a line. Go here. And what'll guide you are these little spikes here. So you know we made those spikes earlier? Kind of let those spikes be a guide. So you gotta kind of come here, kind of go back up, kind of redefine those little spikes. So kind of come in the center, top of that plant, I'm sorry, of the flower, and kind of make here. So a lot of this initially is just kind of making this. Is an extra leaf here. Okay. Those spikes again are going to help you refine those lines. So I'm going to do this for that one. Do this. Okay. And this can kind of be free. You don't want to get too freestyle here. Kind of make your leaves follow the painting. Okay. The painting.
I definitely want to pass this tradition down to my daughters. I would love for them to make sauce just like their mama.
Okay. Now that we've defined those, let's go through. Make a line down the middle with each one of them. Should be more like a up here. And make a line down the middle of these. Everyone knows what the leaf looks like. Okay. All right. So let's take these two leaves by the eye and kind of do down the middle. Okay. Kind of do a little line around it. All right, and then kind of do a line down the middle. Down the middle. Oops.
Feathers all over and everything, so unless she wants one of the village people, I think she's better off having a little girl.
Okay. So now it looks like we have about 4 different leaves here. So kind of go at the end of there. Make one there. Make one here. Make one here. Can you see me good? No, you cannot. So now what I did was I came to this polyp over here and I start kind of splitting this leaf down the middle. So I did one line here, one line here, one line here. I'm going to make a line here. Oops. Thick line that I didn't try to make, but that's okay. And again, we're using those spikes to kind of guide us back to those lines, right? So here we go. I'm going to redefine that line right outside the finger.
Mama, this is so cool how you make it and stuff.
You like it? See, if you want a good spaghetti, you gotta make a tomato sauce.
Okay, I put way too much paint, so I'm going to use that paint as a way to redefine my fingers, to kind of use that paint and not let it just sit there. I didn't mean to do that, but when you do, just use it to your advantage. Okay. So now I'm messing with fingers and I didn't mean to, so go ahead and do my fingers now. Redefine my fingers. Alright, so okay, so let's go back to our leaves. Do just a line, simple line down the middle.
To go to Barnes, New York for a private shopping experience up in their penthouse suite. Somebody's going to get a very well-deserved new outfit. Hello.
One down the middle. Okay. Alright, so now we have taken care of our leaves. They look beautiful. While we have this black, let's go ahead and fill in
Albert,
this
this
mouth
year has
section.
lost close to 70
My
pounds.
brush has a little
About 2 years ago, he had an
piece
episode
that's
where he was in the
sticking out.
hospital, seriously ill.
It's
Almost a
really
month.
bothering me. Okay,
The
so
doctor
fill in
said,
that
"That's
lip.
not if you have a heart
Right
attack,
above the
it's
lip
when you
is
have a
just a
heart
little
attack."
M,
And I
like a
looked at him and I
McDonald's
just
arch.
burst into tears.
So, kind of like that. For your nose, can you guys see that okay? For your nose, you're just going to kind of do a little
The Albert I've known was
circle
always a
on
big
one
guy.
side, half
He
a
was this
circle
big bear that I couldn't
on
even
the
fit
other
my arms
side.
around. Now I can fit my arms around
You're going
him.
to do
It's
like a
like
dot here,
I can't wait to
dip
see
it down, dip it up, and another dot. Just that simple. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Gonna go ahead and redefine our our eye. And my favorite, we're gonna do lashes. So just straight down, and out. I love doing lashes. Gonna refine some of my previous ear spots. Want to outline that ear again. Outline this face. Make everything kind of pop again. I'm using way too much paint to re-outline this, so use a little bit less than me. Okay.
The actual people from the waste. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. A little bit less paint than me. I'm gonna redefine these fingers. Try to use less paint than what I'm using. Not sure why I'm so heavy-handed right now. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so we're gonna do just a little bit or a lot of bit of paint like Venus is doing. Okay. Don't forget you have that little background color there. Okay.
I get uncomfortable when it comes to seeing how much money was spent, but whatever it is well deserved, and I'm thrilled to see him have it.
Get some of this paint off. Okay. Anything I've messed up, I will come back and fix later. Come on. Okay.
Yeah. Did you read your shirt? Lock up your daughters.
I want to talk to you about somebody. Danielle. I just want to make it clear that, I really don't know her very well. I don't care to get to know her very well.
A very moderate amount of paint
The first day I
and
met her,
redefine
and every time
these
after that, it's always
lips.
been,
Okay.
well,
Today I think this was she had
did she
issues.
call you when the baby was born?
No,
Did she text you when the baby was born?
no,
Did she send flowers? Did she send a card?
no.
That, of all moments, is a time when you reach out to somebody. When something happens as wonderful as someone giving birth.
I'm gonna
I
give
told
her
she was welcome here.
a cute little mole too. That's just me
I
being
got to
extra.
know more and more about her.
Okay.
And after I got to watch
All right.
her in action,
Now let's go fill in.
I don't want her in my life. I don't want her in your life.
I'm not gonna turn my back on her. If I see her, I will say hello. I will ask how she's doing. I may even
Let's
text
go
her.
ahead and do the colors.
I'm not gonna, fight with you over it because every time her name comes up, it's a fight.
I just don't want any bull or any drama in my life. Enough is enough.
Try to figure out if I want to do a medium brush here or a small brush.
One thing you can't choose in your family.
My brother Chris is very
Okay.
low-key and level-headed.
Definitely going to do the
If you do something
big
wrong,
blue.
you're gonna see another side of him.
This is mixed with black by mistake. Try to mix it. Get rid of this excess.
Like to have the nails completely out of my life. But I'm not gonna just shut somebody 100% out of my life because someone wants me to. We'll see what happens.
All right, so let's do the big brush. So for my center, I'm going to use this color. I'm going to go right up to the edge of that
This is really awkward, but I know you're 18,
of
you're
that
40
leaf.
over.
I'm going to do it all the way around. So I'm using my medium brush. I'm going to take it all the way down to the little fluffy part around the yellow. So you got the yellow, you got a little fluffy part around it. So I'm going to take it from the top all the way down and into the center without kind of going over the puffiness. Okay. So I'm going from my outline to the center of the flower.
Every day when we go out to New York City, it's an adventure. Being your one new friends.
It feels like we're living again.
Get rid of the excess. And you can go from the center to the edge, which I think might be actually a better technique. No, you can kind of do upstroke and downstroke actually. So I'm doing, turn it sideways. When you're doing a bigger brush, it's harder to get those nooks and crannies. So kind of turn your brush sideways for some of those smaller parts. Let's see here. We will have to switch and do a smaller brush because you will get into some of these spots and need a smaller brush. So do what you can, but if it looks like it's going to make you kind of mess up or go over the line, just get as close as you can to these edges and then switch out with a smaller brush. So I'm going to do just that. Whoops. So I'm going to go with my smaller brush. Around the edge.
Fabulous. Let me see. Spin around for me. Spin around for me. Wow. Milani, let me see you. Right, come on, Skibba. Tia goes to school by herself. And you two are going to school together.
Today's really a special day. It's Milani's first day of school.
Hi, can you do fabulous for me? I didn't see you. Let me see. Do it again.
I was nervous because a few days before that, Milani kept saying to me, Mommy, I don't want to go to school. I want to stay with you. But she seems fine today.
This one.
All right, come here. Can you sit right here?
I think I'm gonna do different color flowers. Yeah, definitely gonna do different color flowers. So my next one
I don't have
I'm gonna
any.
do in pink.
It's all me.
I'm gonna do
Teresa says she
a
is
small
done,
brush.
but Joe wants to keep going.
All right. Now we're gonna go in and do find our black lines for our polyps, and then we're gonna finish with that flower, and we're gonna do our signature. Okay. So for my puffy areas around my pink, I need to let that dry. Let's focus on strictly our lines for our polyps. So there's 2 polyps here. We're going to do a line and another line to represent our different polyps. Okay. And we're going to just do kind of like a outward thing, kind of like with our leaves. Going to do kind of like an out, fill those in. Okay. All right. So now, guys, we are done. Oh, no, we're not. We got to define our black lines in our flower. But before we do, I have to actually fill in a little white space here. This is where we go through and see where we have little spaces that we could probably fill in. All right. So while we let our flowers dry, go ahead and get some white paint. I put white paint in every kit. Alright, so take some white in your small brush and sign the bottom right corner. Do a small amount. So this is my signature. Okay. My signature. Okay, you do your signature, and then we're going to go back and find our lines for our flower. So just kind of start over to the right, to the left, and the bottom sides. Okay. And then you can do your actual flower lines. Kind of like freestyle here. Everybody kind of knows what a flower looks like, right? So it's not that difficult. And then here we go. You can kind of make your flower, and then kind of make some little lines there. Okay. So let's put this flower into like 4 parts. Right. Then let's do our little small flower lines in between. Alright, I'm just kind of redefining my outside of my flower here and round it. Okay, just a little bit. I'm an outline person. I love to see defining everything. Define. Okay. Alright. And there it is, guys. Your beautiful peace flower. Please. Peace flower. It's done. Peace flower. So beautiful.
This is not just any vacation home.
This is it.
It's a Bacasa home. At a Bacasa home,
All right.
we take care of all the little things, so you don't
Awesome.
have to. Every home is cared for by our professional local teams. And if anything ever comes up,